Hi there, I'm Scott Lowe with ActualTech Media, and today we're at Datrium headquarters where I'm joined by Andre Leibovici, who is the VP for Solutions and Alliances. Andre, thank you for having us here today.
Yeah, thanks for coming over.
So, there's some cool stuff happening with Datrium. You've been supporting VMware since the beginning, but you're doing some new stuff now. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, for sure. So part of our team came from VMware, so we started working with VMware, and clearly they have a big piece of the market in regards to hypervisors and cloud, private clouds and so on. But more recently, we have partnered also with Red Hat, and we've been supporting the RHEV, or Red Hat Virtualization Manager, and ensuring that the KVM platform that they deliver as part of the realm of Red Hat Linux, it's also supported on Datrium. And we've seen really good interest in many customers actually trying to use the solution. We actually didn't know how many customers we actually use. And as we start to explore the market, we found out that maybe there are not as many customers as VMware, but some of the customers that I've been talking to have like 500 servers, 700 servers, like massive deployments of Red Hat virtualization with KVM.
Is it a situation where they're looking at the VMware bill going, we got to reduce this, and KVM now has sufficient capability to replicate what they've done with VMware in the past? What's the reasoning behind their interest in KVM and Red Hat virtualization?
Yeah, I think the basics of virtualization have been there for a long time, right? Intel virtualized x86 instructions, and KVM has been a platform that has been adopted. But those customers specifically, I think they are too big to go into the licensing issues or costs with VMware. But that said, there are many other customers that have as large environments as those with Red Hat that are very happy with VMware and embracing other features that VMware provides, like the cloud migration and everything they're doing with VMC and AWS.
Okay, so what about CentOS and bare metal? So tell us a little bit about what's happening there.
Yeah, so that's interesting and very unique of our platform. So we not only provide a single namespace across VMware, but we also provide a single namespace across different platforms or different hypervisors. So the same Datrium DVX solution will work with VMware, with Red Hat virtualization, with Linux, with KVM, and also with bare metal. And at the same time providing all the data services that you get from working with VMware as an example.
Simultaneously?
Simultaneously.
So I can run vSphere for these applications, Red Hat virtualization or KVM with these applications, bare metal with these ones, and CentOS with these other ones.
That's correct.
In the same cluster.
In the same cluster, in the same DVX solution. And of course, formats are different, so you can't migrate today from VMware to KVM, from KVM to VMware. But if with a simple image conversion, that would be possible to migrate across that. And also for containers specifically, and I'll talk a little bit more about OpenShift and what we do with Red Hat in that realm. But we also support containers virtualized on VMware, virtualized on Red Hat virtualization, but also containers bare metal.
Okay.
And we have the drivers and the plugins for persistent volumes and so on. So that's very unique. I don't see any convergence platform on the market today that can deliver anything like that.
That's really cool. Yeah, most of the time, I mean, we see some vendors that are starting to be able to do interesting things with some multi-hypervisor, but not necessarily exposing it to applications. They're using it behind the scenes. But this is the first one I've seen where it's basically run whatever you want in the same cluster. Obviously, understanding that the workload migration is not native, but there's plenty of tools to do that.
All right.
That's really cool. I'm really glad to hear that that's actually happening.
And also, we're starting to support different specific applications on top of bare metal. So there are many customers that want to run their Oracle bare metal or run Postgres bare metal. There are some applications that never really migrated to virtualization. No, so those are the applications that we're actually exploring doing bare metal as well.
So on the next note, cloud is a thing, and you probably knew that. Tell us more about what's happening with Cloud DVX these days.
Yeah, so Cloud DVX today is an archiving repository. So we do the replication and backups, snapshots from on-prem to the cloud, running a native version of our solution in AWS, right? And we do that in a very cost-effective way using deduplication, forever incremental, and so on, and it gets archived there. But the interesting thing now is that we're partnering with VMware to enable those backups or that archiving to be instantiated as a DR instance in VMC, in VMware on AWS. And with VMware now offering announcing at least, right, that they are offering VMC on Google and on Azure and also on AWS Gov. We're going to enable a lot of different customers in different verticals to be able to leverage VMC as their disaster recovery mechanism.
How seamless is the disaster recovery mechanism? I mean, so you're leveraging VMware's tools to make that happen, so that they've got the whole runbook piece and stuff like that on their side, or are you helping with that as well?
I think there will be both ways. First thing, we will be supporting SRA, so Disaster Recovery Manager Adapter. So you can leverage their runbook automation tools to migrate things between clouds or private cloud, public cloud. But we also provide our own story and our own runbook automation tool that's fully integrated into our solution. Now, with the Cloud VDX and VMC, you're going to be able to not only fail over, but everything that happens in VMC, you're going to be able to fail back to Cloud VDX and then back on premise. So it's like we're really enabling workload and application migration between on-premise and the cloud. And the interesting thing, and maybe Sazala will talk to you a little bit more on the vision, is that the only reason we can actually do this, and we get one of the only companies that will do that effectively, is that we have global deduplication across the entire stack.
And including, it doesn't matter what the actual hypervisor or bare metal, it's deduplication at the storage level, right?
Correct.
So even across hypervisors and things like that.
Right.
Very cool. Andre, as always, it's great to catch up with what's happening at Datrium. Thank you for having us here today.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thank you for coming over.
And thank you to our audience for watching this Roadcast video.